Hello my loves, welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you are new here. Hi, hello-y, my name is Loey, and it is once again that time where we're going to take a look at the scariest TikToks and videos that we have watched recently over on my Scream streams. Now, we had to take a bit of a hiatus from the streams, okay, but I'm getting back into it for spooky season, so if you guys want to join me here on YouTube, don't forget to turn on your notifications and stuff, but I usually go live on Sundays, and we watch whatever scary videos are trending at the moment. But before we get into the videos, I want to say that today's video is so kindly sponsored by the farmer's dog. Listen, if you watch these videos live with me, you know, while I'm streaming, you know that my pets are the center of my freaking universe, man. I love them more than my own life. They are literally all around me all the time while I'm making this content for you. And they're like my family. They are my family, and I treat them like they are my own furry little children, okay? And so earlier this year, I had made the decision to switch over to fresh food. Now, don't know if you know this, but that takes a lot of time to prepare. And I also just got a lot of anxiety trying to do it on my own. Like, I don't know if I'm feeding them a complete nutritional diet. And that for me is where the farmer's dog comes in. And to get started, all you have to do is fill out a personalization quiz on their website so that they can get to know your pup a little bit better. Then the farmer's dog sends a box of pre-portioned frozen food to your home. And something I really love is that like my 80-pound husky and my 11-pound chihuahua are eating the exact same diet. It's just in different portions. And my major goal with swapping them to the farmer's dog is just longevity. They're all senior dogs now, which is so crazy to think about. But you know, as they get older, I really just want them to have a wonderful quality of life, for them to be excited about what they eat. And trust me when I tell you, they are excited about what they eat now. I got this video of Hades trying it for the first time, and it was so cute. He is very, very into his supper now. But if you are interested in making the switch, then you guys can use my link in the description box down below, or scan the QR code on screen right now to get 50% off of your first month of the farmer's dog. Thank you so much to the farmer's dog for sponsoring today's video, and now let's watch those scary videos together.
On the night of November 16 of 2024, a school teacher stands outside of his class while struggling to remain calm. Only a few minutes ago, he was just inside setting up decorations for his class when he had to stop and immediately walk out after seeing something that made him jump out of his skin. Now, the school that he teaches at doesn't really have a history of paranormal occurrences, but the students there would often make up stories and rumors about the school being haunted, specifically by a student who used to go there. Whether or not this student actually existed remains a mystery. But tonight, after encountering what just happened, he no doubt believes that his class is haunted, if not the whole school. This is what he caught.
Oh God. Okay.
All right, I'm just finishing up putting up decorations for the students when they get back. I was on the smartboard setting things up. I'm taking a step back, and you guys know me. I stay late often. It's just me here and the janitor. And
Okay.
let me show you.
Okay. What? What?
Do you see? Do you see?
Okay, this is freaking me out. Oh, it does look like there's somebody sitting in that seat. It does look like that.
I mean, is that not a kid
is
sitting right
weird.
there?
That is weird. That is weird.
It appears that someone is sitting at a desk towards the back of the class while facing the board in front of it. Now, just for reference, this is what it usually looks like when there isn't someone occupying a seat. Nothing stands out because clearly nothing is there, but somehow either someone or something appears. It's hard to make out any specific features, but there's definitely an outline resembling that of a child's, as viewers noted. Because of this, the instructor believes that the spirit of a former student had come to see him. However, they had come way too late to class. Now, it's worth noting that a few months ago, the school had an accident involving someone who went there. It isn't certain, but the following footage might be related.
What's happening? See, but they just put a girl in the back.
Oh no.
The specifics of what occurred are unknown, but according to a source, the student had unfortunately passed away only days after the accident. Ever since then, the kids at the school would come up with rumors saying that the girl's spirit haunts the building. If that's so, then this definitely makes what was captured a whole lot more interesting. But of course, I'll let you come up with your own judgment.
Wow.
Was a ghost caught on camera? Or might there be something that could possibly explain what was captured?
That's really interesting. It really does look like someone's there when it's brightened. I will say that before Bizarrebub kind of like brightened up that footage, that's what it looks like without somebody there though, which is weird. I was gonna say maybe there's just something that's like, I don't know, it looks like a shadow, or like maybe it's the way that the desks line up or something that it makes it almost look like there's a person, but it's not doing it in any of the other rows of chairs. And then when Bizarrebub brightened it, it really, really, really did look like a person. I don't know. That one genuinely looks like a person to me. I was kind of going into that one a little skeptical, like ready to put on my debunking, my critical thinking cap. I'm leaning towards paranormal for that one.
Now, the following footage was recently shared by a mother who was home alone when this happened. The only other person inside the house was her baby, who had just been put to sleep in her crib. It's been a hectic night trying to calm her down as she wouldn't stop crying. According to Angela, the mother, her baby would continuously stare at an empty space before bursting into tears. It was definitely strange, but it wasn't something Angela found concerning. That is, until the following incident took place. At around 10 at night, Angela is woken up by a notification on her phone, alerting her that a person has been detected in the back patio. She immediately checks the security camera outside her house from her smartphone to see if maybe her husband was back from work. Instead, she sees this.
Look, Cordy. Oh my, that is definitely a person. I have seen this clip. I was going to include this clip in the next Scary Side TikTok video because that is... Oh my god, you can see them like peek out. Oh no, Mort. Oh no. Oh no, Mortimer. Oh no.
At first, Angela thought that the figure was simply a case of pareidolia, but then suddenly, this happens. The figure, which Angela thinks looks like a little girl, slowly dissipates into thin air. Just like that, the silhouette is gone. Now, Angela has made a video showing where the little girl had appeared. While it does give some context, her video makes the footage a whole lot creepier.
Okay, so this is the area, the door that it was like standing inside. We don't have anything or keep anything in this area because it's a walkway and it would be really awkward. And then this is where the security camera is. So when I looked at the footage, I expected to see a person. I didn't expect to see that though.
This is her trying to recreate the scene.
It's the fact that Angela shows what it looks like if someone were to be standing at the door that makes the footage creepier. If Angela's body wasn't able to be seen, as she demonstrates, then how is this clearly apparent? They, or it, just stands there completely motionless. While she doesn't know for sure if this was something paranormal, she now knows what it was that her child was looking at. She believes that this had been responsible for making her baby upset.
And it's weird because when I initially watched this, I heard everyone talking about it's a little girl, you can see her, she's in a dress and all of this stuff. And all I saw on my phone was the face. Now that I'm on a bigger screen, maybe it's the exposure, I don't know. I can fully see it now. Like her head, it looks like a dress, like it's definitely something. And again, the fact that like you couldn't see Angela on the other side of the door, what would this be then? This wouldn't be a person. Clearly. I have seen this one go insanely viral and everyone is talking about it as like one of the scariest videos of the year. But I agree, this is a really, really, really weird one, and I think paranormal.
On October 18th of 2024, a video recorded by a security camera inside a classroom began spreading among students after many were freaked out by what was captured. The footage was initially posted by the teacher of this classroom. Mr. Simon, the instructor in question, wanted to share something creepy that he came across while looking at video recordings of his lectures. Rarely does he ever check the camera, but apparently, a student of his had complained about being bullied by a classmate. So naturally, Mr. Simon checks the camera to see what was going on between the two. But while checking, he sees a notification saying that motion was detected at 10 p.m. on October 17th. Now this was odd, considering that school was closed during this time. He checks the footage, expecting a thief or a janitor to appear, but instead, he ends up seeing something that scares the living daylights out of him. This is what he saw.
That's what I was gonna say, is like those kinds of cameras usually only move when they see motion. I really don't like this. It feels very like a video game, like a horror video game. Why is it moving like that? Oh my god, Moomy. I saw something by the door. I really don't like this.
It's easy to miss the first time, but in case you did, something appears at the entrance to the classroom after a few rotations from the camera. It's pretty faint, but it's there. The camera seems to notice it as it stops moving and stays pointing at the figure. But when it sees it, the figure just seemingly vanishes. The misty apparition, as Mr. Simon calls it, is no longer present throughout the footage. Or at least, that's what he thinks. Because according to viewers, the reason as to why the camera keeps on moving is because it's still picking up the supposed ghost that was seen. Wherever the camera points is where it's at, it's just not visible. But despite whether or not the mysterious figure was still present, Mr. Simon is fully convinced that something otherworldly had appeared. To this day, he has no idea what exactly was inside his class and wonders if the camera will ever see this mysterious figure again. Just what was inside Mr. Simon's class?
I don't know. It's really brief, I will say, in the original clip. Like that actual bit of it is very like in and out. It could be something else, like I don't know, light reflecting off of it. The camera's moving a lot, so it also maybe could have been adjusting. I really don't know. It does look like a distinct shape, I will say. I also just can't make sense of like why the camera was moving like that. Somebody said a bug. I feel like that would have been rule out number one. But that would have to be a common thing, right? It only should be like detecting movement, not like a bug's movement.
In the Russian city of Kirov, a couple were driving down a highway when their dash cam caught footage of something pretty creepy. This video was submitted to me by Gregory P., who saw the clip on a local news station. Upon seeing what was captured, he immediately knew that the incident was anything but normal. As the couple drive down the road, they see this.
Okay. I thought it was the traffic signal. I thought I had to beware of the traffic signal. Oh!
Там мужик на дороге стоял.
Out of nowhere, a mysterious silhouette shows up in front of the car. Its sudden appearance was startling enough that the woman driving swerved upon seeing it. While it may seem like someone was actually standing there, something about them has led viewers to believe that this figure was no person at all. Given that they, or it, doesn't flinch upon seeing the approaching vehicle, and also that they just manifest out of nowhere, it's believed that this was paranormal. Although it's hard to say for sure if that's so, at least it's certain that most viewers think something unexplainable was captured.
That would be so terrifying. That is my nightmare. That is literally my nightmare. That is my nightmare. And that's why you have to be aware when you drive. I think that was a real person though. Why they were in the street, I'm not sure. But Bizarrebub said like they kind of like appeared out of nowhere. It's pitch black. There's no street lights in this area. The lights are only going so far. I don't think that they appeared out of nowhere. I do think that that's a real person. I don't know why they didn't react to the car, but chat is thinking it's a ghost. What about this seems ghost-like? It does look like somebody in like a football uniform or something. Okay, so chat is saying that they think flesh pedestrian or mimic. Somebody said hash slinging slasher, which I think makes the most sense. My initial reaction upon this one was like, most likely a person. A lot of you guys are saying paranormal. It's a weird clip. No matter what, I'm just glad nobody was hurt. It could have been very, 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 very scary, and was very scary, but it could have been very dangerous. So
In the following video, a young girl plays with a pair of glasses while mom and dad talk in the bedroom. It appears that no one else is around except maybe their pet dog. But according to the mother who sent me this clip, there is no way that her dog was responsible for this creepy incident. If no one else was present in the kitchen during this time, as she states, then what was this?
okay. Queen of putting on glasses.
Hey.
Did that ghost just preemptively scream because the child broke the glasses? That was so weird.
Hey.
Hey, Bo. Come here. What, baby?
Understandably, the child's parents were freaked out upon listening to what was captured. Either in the kitchen or somewhere else in the house, a loud screech is heard. Someone in the house had screamed, but this doesn't make any sense, as no one else lives there except them, who certainly didn't scream during this recording. Now, even stranger is the fact that their daughter had no reaction whatsoever to the sound. In fact, no one else had heard it when it happened. Whether person or ghost, the family has no clue as to who or what had made the noise.
It was a spirit that knows how expensive health insurance is and how much money it will be to go back to the optometrist to go get a new eyeglass prescription. It's really crazy timing, I will say. Even weirder that the kid doesn't react to it. But it's right after that moment. I don't know if the parents would have heard the snapping of the glasses where they were like calling out to their kid. But it was weird because that happened and then immediately they were like, hey, what you doing? You know? It was her parents' wallet screaming is hilarious.
In this last video, a man who lives alone recorded a video to show what's been happening ever since he moved in. The apartment that he's currently renting isn't exactly a place he calls home.
Okay.
Almost every night, something strange happens. From tapping noises coming from outside his window to things moving on their own as if tipped over by someone, he no doubt believes that his new place is haunted. Now, he's been recording a couple occurrences ever since moving in, but the most recent video on his page is by far the most unsettling encounter he's ever had. It's late at night when this is captured.
I always feel like number one is real creepy and bizarre though.
Время 2:30 ночи. А мы только начинаем веселиться.
There's something out here.
Проснулся от стука. Из шкафа.
Please don't open it. Oh, well, I mean, please
А
open
эта
it.
сторона, левая дверца,
I don't know what he's saying.
слегка приоткрывается и стучит. Не знаю, видно, не видно.
Oh, the door's opening. Ew, is there something in there? It's opening so much! Rats? Really strong rats, please. I'm so scared. I'm so scared. I'm so scared. I'm so scared. incredibly large rats. No, no, why did the volume just get so much louder? Okay. Okay. Alright.
Такая хуйня, ребята.
It goes without saying, but the man was on edge throughout the whole night. Thinking that someone was hiding in his wardrobe, he walks over with caution, but this wasn't necessary, as eventually he finds out that nothing was inside. Or so it seems. While nothing in particular stands out except for some moving hangers, viewers believe that a presence of some sort was actually in there. It just wasn't visible to the naked eye. Whatever presence might have been there has definitely spooked the man, but regardless, this alone was enough to send him out of his place and into a new one. No further videos have been posted since then, but until new footage is released, this one remains a mystery.
What I was initially gonna say is that maybe something was off balance with this, and it was opening and closing with slight movement above or below the apartment or something, but it's not even like, it's not in a rhythm. It's like opening a little more sometimes and a little bit less other times. I would assume this is paranormal, but also what is the ghost doing? Because that was so scary. I think that the way that the guy opened the closet was way scarier though. So Bizarrebub put out Scary Compilation 99. We are almost at Bizarrebub 100, baby.
On February 7th of 2023, footage from a security camera was shared by Nicole White, who to this day has no idea what was captured. Nicole explains that the video was recorded when her brother and sister were setting up a surveillance camera inside her house. It was a gift for Nicole and her family, including her own brother who was living with her at this time. But this may be the reason why the following happened. Nicole believes that her brother's collection of archaeological artifacts like fossils and arrowheads were all either cursed or haunted. Because she lived under the same roof as him, she no doubt believes that what was captured had some connection to those artifacts. Now in the video, Nicole's sister is using their brother as a point of reference for the camera when this is captured.
Okay. So it's being set up and then, oh wait, what happened? I missed it. I always miss it.
It's no wonder why Nicole was terrified upon seeing this. Looking closely, a creepy, goat-like apparition appears over her brother's shoulder. It's there momentarily, before vanishing out of sight.
Whoa!
Now, whether sharing the resemblance of a goat or not, there's no denying that a distinct outline of some figure is seen. But according to Nicole, if you look closely, you can make out a pair of horns and nails. This might be the reason why she compares it to the Goat Man, an urban legend about a creature who's both human and goat. While she isn't saying that it's the Goat Man itself, she is claiming that it's supernatural and believes that her brother's collection of artifacts is the reason for its presence. But of course, I'll let you come up with your own conclusions.
I definitely think something was captured. I don't see a goat there, but I do think there is something. It almost looks like it comes out and like looks at the security camera and then disappears. Like if you watch it, it looks like it peeks out at the security camera, then runs away. When the lamp comes up, watch this, because it does move. The lamp like shakes a little bit, and it doesn't look like he moves either. I don't know. That one's really weird too. That one's really, really, really weird. It could be a glitch of the camera. You know, they're setting up, assumedly, brand new security camera footage for the first time. But I don't know. Whatever that is, it like comes in front of him in the frame and then the lamp moves. I'm surprised Bizarrebub didn't say anything about that because it doesn't look like he moves, but maybe he did. Maybe I just didn't see it. Don't necessarily know if all of these artifacts are haunted or whatever. It is weird. It is weird, and I don't necessarily know what it could be, but I also don't want to discount that it could be this brand new camera potentially malfunctioning. The way that it moves is a little funky, I'll give it that. And then the lamp moving, again, there could be a reason, but that's really weird because it seems to move right when whatever this is goes out of frame as well. So I'm curious what you guys have to say on this one.
It's nighttime somewhere in Argentina when a family gets together for dinner. As all members finish up their meal, one relative begins to record, but as he pans the camera around the room, he captures this.
Captures what?
There appears to be someone by the poolside just watching the family from a distance. However, they don't appear to be moving. While it might be that a guest was enjoying their evening by the pool, given that this dinner was taking place at a hotel, something about them seems strange. Zooming in, it looks like they're completely still and seems like their mouth is the only part that's moving. The person recording this immediately stopped filming upon noticing this unusual behavior. Its pale complexion was already enough to spook them. To this day, the relative who took this has no idea who or what was outside the hotel room that they were eating at.
The fact that this person is seemingly all just one monotone color, monotone is not right here, I'm a little startled, monochromatic shade. It reminds me of one of the monsters from Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark, so maybe that's why I'm a little freaked out by it. Not the statue wearing a wig. Totally, actually, that's a good point. It totally could be a statue with a wig or just looking like it has a wig on. Now, Bizarrebub had said that the mouth was moving. I don't necessarily think the mouth is moving. I think that's just, maybe it is, but it looks like just the noise of the camera as it gets in closer to me personally. So it would make sense if that was just a statue. To me, it doesn't really look like it's talking. It just looks like the actual, like, camera noise. You know what I mean? Tall Lord Farquaad is crazy, chat. But especially, like, they're at a hotel, so, like, maybe they just didn't recognize this. I don't think it's a real person, I will say. It's either paranormal or it's a statue. And obviously what's more likely is that it's a statue, but my God, that is a visual. That would startle me as well in that particular, like, instance, I suppose. If it was a statue, it seems a little out of place compared to the more modern decor of the pool area to me. That's also true, but, you know, who's to say? This looks like a very ritzy hotel. Rich people do weird stuff with decorations. I think what's most likely is that it's a statue because it does just have that tone. That would be what makes the most sense for something perfectly motionless. But if they just saw this IRL and like went about with their party, that's some crazy strength. Because if I saw this and that wasn't there a minute later, oh, out, out, out. Consider me out. Gone. Goodbye.
At around 11 p.m., two friends inside a pickup truck began to happily sing after waiting in traffic for hours on end. According to Ezzy, the person who sent me this, they were stuck in traffic due to an accident that occurred earlier. On the same highway that the men are on, a motorcyclist crashed into a truck, resulting in a traffic jam. Unfortunately, the motorcyclist lost his life upon impact. But fast forward to only a few hours later, and this is captured. Watch closely.
Probably stuck in traffic all night. Oh my God, it's still there. Hades.
As both men sing along, something appears behind them. It appears outside the truck, floating in midair while following the vehicle. As Ezzy writes, a pale face with no body is observed, and strangely, neither man noticed it. Well, that is, until much later when they saw this video. Ezzy writes that the men believe this face was the spirit of the motorcyclist who passed away on the same road. And if it wasn't the motorcyclist, then it had to be one of the many victims who lost their lives on this highway. Many accidents have happened here, according to Ezzy, but what do you think? Could this supposed face be a case of pareidolia? Or is it likely that something supernatural was caught on camera?
It certainly looks like a face. I mean, that sure as hell looks like a face to me. Oh my God. But it's not like we catch a glimpse of the face. Throughout the entire clip, if you go back and watch, the clip is pretty, or the face is pretty visible the whole time. I guess I would assume if this was like a paranormal sighting, it wouldn't be there the whole time. To me, that kind of suggests it's a reflection of something, but it also looks so much like a face to me. I mean, from the minute that you see it. So I don't know. It almost looks like the Pepper's ghost effect. It's like moving with the window. Yeah, that's weird. Every time he moves his head. A lot of people saying the face looks like something edited from pop culture. That's also true. That is also true. Like before, I have pointed out to you guys in videos that I don't necessarily know other people would be super savvy about this with, that I recognized a ghost in a video as being an exact clip of a ghost, like a clip art ghost that I had also used in a thumbnail. So that could totally be part of it. It also does move with the window though. Looks like that's also what I think. Kind of looks like the reflection of whoever's filming, but it's like green and like just this face with what looks like an open mouth. I think that with this one, I would totally believe it was absolutely paranormal if there was like a glimpse of it. If we caught like a glimpse and then it was gone. But it's there the entire time. The minute that man moves his head, it's back. I also can imagine seeing that if it is something that wasn't edited in or something like that, if this wasn't like an attempt at, you know, a viral scary video. You're probably kind of loopy after sitting in standstill traffic waiting on this motorcycle accident to be cleaned up for hours and hours and hours. So, oh man, you know, the longer I look at it, the more I think it's just got to be the reflection of the person in the front. But simultaneously, why is it green? And why is it moving like that? I don't know. I'm like half and half on this one because I don't fully believe that it could be paranormal, but it also looks so abnormal to me.
On May 20th of 2024, a woman named Shireen Ann notices something in her apartment that leaves her extremely unsettled. After this incident, she made a video detailing the events that led up to that night. It all started a few days back when Shireen was home alone with her children. Looking back at this moment, she regrets that she didn't take it seriously.
Vad fuktigt sådan här.
To Shireen, this occurrence wasn't something to be concerned about, as she thought it was her upstairs neighbor doing some interior renovations. But the following night, it happens again.
Sounds like someone's moving around.
It was at this moment that Shireen began to think that it wasn't her upstairs neighbor, but instead someone or something else. She would continue to be on edge until the next night when it didn't happen. No noises were heard whatsoever on that night, but as she takes a random photo for her Snapchat to let her followers know that she was going to bed, she captures this.
Oh.
Shireen had no idea that in the photo she took, something appears. It was only after someone on Snapchat saw the photo that she was told. Looking closely, it looks as if someone or something is staring at her. She believes that they or it had been the one responsible for the noises she heard before. Now the figure isn't clear at all, but you can make out an outline of a body, which is pretty creepy in itself. Not much else has been said about this occurrence, but one can assume that Shireen was terrified upon seeing it. It's photos like this of eerie figures that are pretty creepy. A similar photo was recently posted on Facebook. However, the figure in this one is a bit more clear. The context for this is that a theater student had taken a photo of the audience in the upper balcony and captured this. However, a morbid-looking person is caught in it. Like this image, Shireen's pic remains a total mystery. She doesn't know who or what was inside her apartment, and she doesn't know if it's still there. With no new updates since then, it seems that what was captured will continue to remain unknown.
What she caught definitely looks like something. Like that looks like someone peeking around the corner at her. That's so creepy. Okay, because I was gonna say that the photos, the sounds that she was hearing, like didn't necessarily sound like paranormal. It could have just been somebody moving around. You know, upstairs, typical upstairs neighbor activities. But I do think that photo is weird. However, I think that when it comes to this photo, look at the face of this person. You see how they almost look a little bit distorted as well and how their face is gray? We have seen an increase this year in particular, or at least I have, of people posting iPhone photos where the faces of people are distorted. I've seen ones that are significantly worse than this, but I think that you just as easily could have picked out like a couple of other faces in this crowd and thought that they looked creepy. I don't necessarily think that this photo is paranormal. I think that that's tough with iPhone photos especially. But I do, on that same breath, I absolutely think that this one's got a little kick to it. Like that really does look like something peeking around the corner at her. Love a good Snapchat haunting. Hopefully not someone actually hiding in her home, because that does really look like a person. Like you can see a face so distinctly, or at least I can. Hopefully that's not like frogging. Thank you all so much for watching. If you did enjoy, go ahead and give me a thumbs up and please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. A special thank you to my subscribers who are members of the channel. If you want to join the channel memberships and get extra members exclusive perks like members only videos, polls to help me decide on future video topics, and so much more, you can click that little join button somewhere around the screen. We would love to have you. An extra special thank you to my VIP loves for their continued and generous support of the channel. I love and appreciate you all very, very much. I love you all very much, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.